Welcome. Today we're going to dive deep into customizing the user interface in PCGuard. This is all about giving your protected applications a completely branded and professional feel that really makes them stand out. So here's what's on the docket. We're going to look at the 3 levels of customization you have. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of implementing custom dialogues. After that, we'll touch on the advanced stuff with the protection interface, how to add some custom buttons, go over some super important implementation notes, and then we'll wrap it all up with a quick summary. Let's get into it. All right, Section 1, 3 levels of customization. So before you start coding, you really need to choose the right path for your app's user interface. Let's break down the options. So this table kind of breaks it all down for you. You've got 3 main choices. On one end, you have the basic method. Super easy, low effort, but also low flexibility. It's great for just tweaking some text. On the other extreme, you've got the advanced method. This gives you total control, but yeah, it's a high effort job. For most of us, though, the sweet spot is right there in the middle, custom dialogues. It gives you high flexibility for a medium amount of effort. Okay, let's jump into Section 2, implementing custom dialogue resources. This is really the core method for creating that branded user experience we're all after. And you know what? It's actually a pretty straightforward 2-step process. First, you build your custom dialogues in their own Win32 application. Then, you just tell PCGuard to use them. That's it. Simple, right? Okay, for step 1, there are a few things you've got to keep in mind. You'll be making these dialogues in a standard win32.exe or a .dll file. Now, the most important part, and you really got to get this right, is using the correct resource control IDs for every single control. You'll find a full list of all the IDs you need in the cusdlg.h file. And hey, if you've got the full version, there's even a C++ sample project included, which is a massive help to get you going. All right, once you've got your resource file built, it's time for step 2, configuring PCGuard. First, you'll just tick the box to enable the custom dialogues feature. Then, you tell it which application has your dialogues, just the file name, like myapp.dll. After that, you just need to set the resource ID for each dialogue you've made. Quick tip, if you're using integer IDs, make sure you put a hashtag symbol in front of them. And one of the coolest things is that you don't have to customize everything. If you leave a dialogue ID blank, PCGuard just uses its default one. Super flexible. So, custom dialogues are great for branding. But what if you need more? What if you want to completely take over the licensing logic? Well, that's where the advanced stuff comes in. Let's get into Section 3, the protection interface. So, what is the protection interface? Think of it as a set of functions that lets your own application programmatically manage all the licensing tasks. You're not just changing the look of the dialogues anymore, you're bypassing them entirely. This is for when you want a really, really deeply integrated experience. To get this working, you have to be very explicit and tell PCGuard, hey, I got this. You'll need to enable a few settings. Things like protected application will handle expired demo and handle license management. By checking these, you're telling the protection code to stop popping up its own dialogues and instead just let your application know when something happens. So, the bottom line is this. Your application is now in the driver's seat. It's up to your code to display whatever custom dialogues you want and then call the right protection functions, like unlock application, to actually manage the license. It's the ultimate level of control, for sure. Okay, let's switch gears a little. This next feature is super cool because you can use it with any of your dialogues, default or custom. Let's talk about adding custom buttons. So, where can you put these things? You can add up to 4 custom buttons on the activation dialog and up to 2 each on the license removal and license transfer dialogs. This is perfect for stuff like adding a buy now link, a help button, or a quick way for users to contact support. Now, this is where it gets really powerful. These buttons aren't just static links. You can use these action macros to pull in dynamic data. You can grab the user's site code, their machine ID, the application name, you name it. This lets you automate all sorts of things and make life way easier for both you and your users. Check out this example. It's a mail to link. This one line of text creates a button that, when clicked, opens up a new email, pre-fills the subject line with the app name, and this is the best part. It automatically puts the user's site code and MID code right into the body of the email. Think about how much time that saves. It's brilliant. Okay, Section 5. Before you go and release your app with its slick new interface, we need to cover some key implementation notes. These are the critical details that will save you from headaches down the line. Pay close attention here, because these are super important. First,
That application with your custom dialogues, it absolutely has to be in the same directory as your main protected application. Second, and this is a big one, do not enable resource encryption on the file that holds your dialogues. If you do, PCGuard can't read them. Third, test your custom dialogues carefully before you even think about distributing your app. And finally, remember that you can still change default text in the language editor.
All right, we've gone through a ton of info. Let's do a quick recap to pull it all together. So it really boils down to 3 paths. The basic path is using the language editor for quick text changes. The middle path, and probably the most popular, is using custom dialogues for a completely branded UI. And finally, you have the advanced path, using the protection interface. This is for when you need to take complete programmatic control over everything. So there you have it. You have the power to tailor the user experience exactly how you want it, which will strengthen your brand and make things so much better for your customers. The only question left is, which level of customization are you going to implement first? Thanks so much for watching.